This is Bobby Kraft coming to you live on SNN Live at the Global Hunter GHS100 Energy Conference in San Francisco. I'm here with Chris Lahiji of LD Micro, a private company. Chris, welcome back to SNN Live.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a hell of a day.
Yes, it has. So let's start off with what brings you up to San Francisco?
So the great part about a San Francisco event is that I essentially live pretty close by. So instead of traveling 3,500 miles or going to another continent, I could just take, 880.
We should have carpooled, by the way.
We should have. It would have been a lot cheaper.
Next time.
It was a lot cheaper crossing the bridge and a lot faster. The basis of Global Hunter, though, is they have done a phenomenal job over the last few years in focusing on, investments that we're interested in. In this case, 100 names in the energy space. And energy is actually one of the very few areas where I think that, there are great values, and if you're patient, you can make money.
Why is that?
Well, a lot of these companies, in my opinion, are trading under, their real NAV, their book value. So when you're looking at these things, you're going to ask yourself, why is this? Why are these things trading at 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents on the dollar? I think a lot of it is predicated on crude going to 80. And a lot of it is predicated on nat gas going from $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 for a long time, all the way down to about $1.80, $1.90. And then you have Europe in the mix. You have the China slowdown. It just seems like everything on a global basis is tenuous at best. So I'm thinking that people are betting that oil prices, commodity prices are not going to go up anytime soon, and they also have the potential of going down. Our dilemma is that there's a lot of companies that are undervalued, no doubt, that we saw today. And if you are patient, you can make money. However, if something like, say, Europe implodes or China's slowdown is much bigger than first expected, a lot of these companies are going to go down even further in share price. So there's a balance. You know it's undervalued, but you also know that it can go down another 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. I mean, look at 2008. I thought I was a genius buying these companies at 50 cents on the dollar, only to have that 50 cents go to 20 cents. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing that I've tried to figure out. I have a couple guys with me that I think are a lot more intelligent, that focus more on oil, to help me out and see if we can figure which investments are best to make for the next 3 to 5 years.
That was very interesting insights that you just gave us. But that seemed more of a macro look at the way things are going. You're a microcap guy. How does this affect the microcap space? Great
question. So most of the companies that we saw today were under 300 million market cap. And what Global Hunter has done is they have a great array of names, and a lot of them are now over $1 billion. My premise is under a certain amount, there's going to be a hell of a lot of mergers and acquisitions. So companies that are trading 2 times, 3 times, 4 times cash flow, going 3, 4, 5, 6 times EBITDA, someone is eventually going to take them out. So in microcap, I think it's exciting because a lot of these guys are probably going to get flustered and say, look, we've done this as long as we could. Someone much bigger out there is interested, we might as well just sell the company. And my basis is, if you can collect a dividend check, or if you can buy something that at a fraction of what it's worth, and then 2-3 years have a liquidity event where you can get out and make some money, that would be prudent. But remember, this all sounds great on paper. A lot of things look great in theory. We have no idea. I have no idea how things are going to shake out. I mean, I'm just as a lot of people don't want to admit this in this business, but I'm just as lost as anybody else. What I'm saying, though, is that with the balance sheets that we're seeing, we know that bigger organizations are going to be interested. And you got to remember, Bobby, after a certain time, a lot of these companies can't grow as fast as they are because they've gotten bigger in terms of critical mass. They're going to have to go out and buy names. So we're just hoping to be in the chosen few that get taken out.
All right. Very interesting. So as always, whenever you come on to SNN Live, we have to get a background of LD Micro,
Sure.
for those who haven't had
Right.
the pleasure of seeing any of our interviews yet.
Basically, we are private investors. We're looking for companies mostly under 400 million market cap, primarily under 100 million, where we think they're either great growth stories or deep value names. And we're generalists. So in this case, Global Hunter is fantastic. I think it's one of the best oil energy conferences of the year, where I can come here and get 2 or 3 or 4 great ideas. But that's the premise. I mean, we want to look where nobody else is looking, because money always gets made when nobody else is looking. So Microcap, you have less coverage on companies. You have I don't want to say less people interested, but it's a place where I think we can utilize our advantages, our contacts, into finding great names before they ultimately get a lot bigger. We're hoping they get a lot bigger.
Very good. And where can our viewers find more information about LD Micro?
ldmicro.com, and I think the smartest thing to do is just search my name on a search engine. You'll find all sorts of crazy stuff that I've said over the years. Not all of it is true.
And Facebook photos.
Yes, Facebook photos of me in the most inappropriate times of my life. And I still haven't done Twitter. I don't think anyone really cares what I think or what I do or whether I had a breakfast burrito earlier in the day. I'm kind of going to keep that private for now.
Very good. This has been Chris Lahiji of LD Micro, a private company, and we are here live at the Global Hunter Conference, the GHS100 in San Francisco, California. Chris, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.